Okay, thank you all for coming. So yesterday around 5:40, our officers responded to the Landings Apartments off of Covenant Road, right around 5:40 in the afternoon or in the evening. Our response was to citizens who had located and had heard of a shooting at that location. When we arrived, we found a man in the driver's seat of his vehicle in grave situation. Our units then in turn provided medical assistance, had him transported to the hospital. He was in a bad condition. He eventually passed away last night. So we are now working a murder investigation at this location. Earlier this morning, the Richland County coroner's office conducted an autopsy on the body. We've confirmed, identified the victim in this. The gentleman's name is Brandon Vandyke. Mr. Vandyke, we have met with the family today. We have initiated our investigation. We have solicited the assistance of the Richland County Sheriff's Department as well. We are utilizing every possible resource that we have to investigate this matter. We, as the Forest Acres Police Department, will be the investigating authority and will be utilizing all of their systems, resources, tools, and equipment and personnel. We have every intention to work as diligently as possible to bring this investigation to a conclusion. We wish to bring justice to the Vandyke family, and we wish to do this as rapidly as possible. But however, we want to make sure we stress some things to the public. We believe this is an isolated incident, and we don't believe that there's a current threat to the public. And so we would still like to solicit help from the citizens. We are reaching out to anyone and everyone who may have either witnessed the incident, might have heard the incident, or even may have any information on the incident. If they do have some information, we encourage them to contact us, the Forest Acres Police Department, or you could also contact the Richland County Sheriff's Department if you wish, or you could also send your information through Crime Stoppers. All of the information will come to us as all parties are investigating this matter. Once again, I want to make sure I express to everyone our sympathies are to the Vandyke family, but they will get our full effort, our full concentration. This is a priority for our department, and we will give every effort to solve this, and we'll solve it as quickly as possible. Thank you.
If you guys have any questions, you go ahead.
I have a question. So the news release did say that he didn't live at the apartment complex at the time where he was located. So do you know what he was doing there, if you can say?
Well, that part is still under investigation, so the motive we has still learning to try to determine. We know he was not living there. He had the majority of his residency would be at an address on Riviera Drive, which is another area in the Columbia area, but it's not in the Forest Acres area.
You guys mentioned you kind of followed up with people that live in the area. Did you guys kind of get any idea of anyone who may have seen the suspect or anyone who did it? Is there a car, a specific kind of person you're looking for?
Well, the type of person we cannot address right now, but we do have a couple of potential witnesses present that we have been interviewing and we've been interrogating. We have accessed video locations that we have throughout the city. We have several surveillance cameras, close to 40 throughout the city. So far, we have drawn from at least 7 of those individual camera systems. So we're hoping to identify the suspect with the usage of those cameras. We have also spent all entire yesterday and yesterday evening scanning the neighborhood for evidence, some evidence we have found. And we have also visited each residence within a close proximity to the shooting. We're going to each door. We're not skipping anyone. We're visiting them all. And we are leaving no stone unturned in this effort.
You said you talked to his family today. Was he a father? Did he leave behind any children at all?
No children that I'm aware of. We spoke with the mother and sister.
And I understand you're new to this job. Talk about that. I know I'm sure you have tons of experience, but I'd love to know about, coming onto this job and having to handle the first murder in 7 years.
I am new to this job. I am not this job to this location. Those who know me, I've been in the business almost 30 years now, and the majority of my years were in working investigations. I have worked numerous major crimes investigations. So this is not a common incident in Forest Acres. It's new to the area. There hasn't been a murder here. If I have my facts correctly, we're looking at closely 2015 as the last year that's happened. So by virtue of that, it's maybe new territory to some, but it's not to me and not to us as a team. And we're working together as a team. It includes different members of our team. We're using our patrol officers, we're using our K-9, we ran the track last night. We're utilizing numerous investigators that we have. We are using intel analysts, we are using additional investigators, fugitive teams. We are accessing as many resources as possible.
And it not being a murder since 7 years ago, am I correct in saying, was that the murder, unfortunately, of one of the members of this police department?
Yes, sir, it was. It was one of our officers.
Speaking on that, how does that affect you guys and what you want to do in solving this case?
Well, as serious as that is, it really, in my opinion, it doesn't matter who it is. It's a citizen, and it's a human. It might be a little bit closer to our heart, but it doesn't change our effort. It's all the same. No matter who it is, we're going to give it every bit of effort we have. So in our line, it's roughly just like anyone else. Whether it's your brother, your sister, my brother, my sister, it's all the same. And they're going to get everything, and we're going to be in strict communication with the family. We will have them involved, and we will share whatever information as we learn, as we go, what is allowed. We are not going to ruin the integrity of the investigation, but we will keep the family informed.
And you spoke on, speaking with different people who lived at the apartment complex, and I think you had mentioned something about suspects. Do you have any potential suspects at this point? Have you identified certain folks?
I cannot elaborate on that point. It's a matter of the investigation on that. I can't go too far with it.
Now, you mentioned there's no threat to the public safety, but it's one of the safer areas here in the Columbia area. How does it affect a community, a family, when something like this, it's not supposed to happen, happens right here?
Well, it rattles us all. It rattles us all. But no one's free from crime. It can happen anywhere. And so we just have to prepare and try to not allow it to happen. And then if something does happen, we take a strong approach to it. And that's where we are at this point. We've prepared, we're ready, we are working every effort we can.
And not having a murder for that long actually speaks volumes of the community and the police department. I know you're new here, but can you speak on those on the behalf of the department?
Well, even though I'm new here, I'm not new to this area. I've lived in this area, I have a home here. Prior to coming here, I was a captain for the Richland County Sheriff's Department and was a commander in the area just adjacent to this area. So we worked very closely with this area at that time. So I've been in this area for a long time, many, many years. So I know it fairly well, and the history and tradition of this area is we've been very fortunate. And so I think we're fortunate, but we'll keep on going. And we hope we'll solve this and everything will be back to normal. That's our goal, and to get it back to normal as soon as possible. Yes, sir.
Do you have an idea on how much time had transpired between the time Mr. Vandyke was shot and when he was found?
Minutes.
Okay.
Yes, minutes, if no more than 10.
Okay. Last question, we have 2 more questions.
I know you spoke with the family. Was there any potential that the family, were they completely shocked that something like this would happen?
Oh, yes, they were very shocked. Yeah. No one could ever plan or think of something like this. No one in their wildest dream would ever think of this.
I know you said RCSD is working with this investigation. Are they focusing on anything particular or just overall helping you guys out?
They are assisting us. So, and we're in direct communication with every step. We're not doing separate things. We're working together. So we're in unison.
Yeah, go ahead, Stephen.
I'm sorry, Chief, but you might have said this, was the car running, was it in a parking spot? How did y'all find it?
It was parked, it was idle, it was in the parking space.
It was idling though, it's like on, or it was just, maybe that's too much?
I don't know the answer to whether it was idling or not.
Okay.
I wasn't the first one, but I can have an answer for you, confirm that
I
later.
just didn't know, you know, if it was sitting there with the door open or what. You know, I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, I think,
And that'll be a little bit more detailed, I'm gonna probably can elaborate on.
yeah.
Understood.
Thank you guys so much.